I hope you have completed this 2D floor plan drafting the way I have shown over here. Let's try to improve this further by adding some required hatch in the cut wall area or for the column locations. So for that we'll use the fill tool. Already you know how to use the fill tool now. So I'll just double click on this tool to load it and enter inside the default settings. Here, make sure in the general settings, this time I'm not going to use the fill outlines. I'm going to switch off this. Now, by keeping the field category as it is as a drafting field 2D, I'll continue further. The pattern which I'm willing to use will be somewhere like double 1:4. You can choose which are the pattern suitable for your need. Here, the pen number for the foreground pen, that is your pattern lines or hatch lines. I'll choose some lightweight pen, say maybe 0.13 and 83 number, some light orange color. The background of this hatch, which is by default field background pen with screen, that is window background. So I'm going to keep this as it is. Now, construction method, again link to field origin, there's no change in this. Layer 2D drafting general, just to revise this or to memorize the layer name, I'm doing this. We have not studied yet how to add the layers or change the layer. Say OK. Now, with the geometry method, either polygon, rectangle, it's absolutely fine because we are going to fill up the closed area, and for that I'm going to use the magic wand technique. So just hold a space bar. So if you just zoom this area properly, and if you hold a space bar, you'll get the magic wand and the island will get identified. So this closed boundary has to be there. So now you just, irrespective to your geometry method, you just single click inside this closed area, your pattern is ready. The spacing for this pattern depends on your current floor plan scale. My current scale was 1:100, which is supposed to be, that's the reason pattern looks very scattered. If I change this for 1:50, the pattern will look much better because the area for the wall will, or the overall plan will be enlarged for the scale of printing. So obviously the hatch pattern will be more, or the line will be more clear in this area. Now let's see how I can do the presentation for the column. There are two possibilities, just whichever is comfortable you can use. Say for example, if I use the polyline and some required line with a line pen and the line weight, especially the line weight and color. So right now I'm having 28 number with a 0.35. So I'm going to continue with this. Use the rectangle as a geometry method. Just pick one point anywhere on the empty part of the drawing just to identify this appearance of this rectangle. I am doing this. I'm going to move this on the required location. So now 230 is the first dimension and tab key, and 450 is the second dimension. So I'm using enter. So now the column is constructed. I can press W from the keyboard to enter inside the arrow tool. I'm going to now single click on the periphery. So now Control D, that is drag copy. Use the base point and move this and take it on this corner. Now, what is the next? How to fill up the inside area. Prior to that, remember the lines which are supposed to be the wall lines and the column lines, they are overlapping. It's better that you should try to use the pet palette logic by clicking on the node for the line and reduce the overall line length. So this will be a better deal. To avoid unnecessary overlapped object is always better. Now this is the correct drawn area. You can now enter back inside the fill tool. Here I'm just going to select new pattern which is suitable for my concrete presentation, structural concrete. Pen number, obviously you can choose one which is suitable for your need. So maybe I'm choosing this 42 number, and background pen as it is. Say OK. Again, you can just zoom, stay spacebar, hold the spacebar and highlight the area, single click, release the spacebar. So area was generated. Now remember, with this, if I try to select this particular field. I have selected field, not the polyline. Remember, there are two objects. One is polyline, other is a field. So I am selecting the field, not the polyline. So I have selected the field by clicking on this inside the field area, that is hatch. This is just because you can select the hatch in a one go, because there's a quick selection is a button which is on. Later I'll let you know how to use the quick selection. Now I'm use Control Shift D, drag a copy, and I'll just place this outside anywhere. If I deselect this, you will see this is borderless, so no outlines. So I cannot I cannot define this. So click this, and definitely you can see in the info box all selected one. Outline type, first of all on the outline, and then you decide which pen number is suitable for your outline presentation. So maybe I'll use the same 28 number pen. You can directly type also if you know it. So altogether, these two things are looking now identical, but there's a difference. There's a polyline outside and then there is a field inside. This is a total field with the outline. Now if I put Control D, drag, and I'm just going to drag this and place it over here. Now let's see if I have to fill up this wall area also with this brickwork pattern and this area also. How to do that? If I enter inside the fill tool, already the field is showing structural concrete. Now to recollect the previous hatch pattern and its pen set and that is pen numbers is critical. So what is the easiest way? Either you can use the pick parameters tool from here and fetch the parameters of this object, or otherwise simple option is just hold the Alt key from the keyboard, don't release this key. You will get a picker which is supposed to be hollow. If you go inside the required pattern or any object which you want to fetch its parameters. So I'm right now targeting my field. So you can see my this picker is now semi-filled, which was hollow. Now it is semi-filled with a highlighted field as a wording. I'll single click, immediately I'll click, I'll release this Alt key. You will see all the parameters are selected. Now it's time to place this or to draw this hatch. So if I hold the space bar, you will see the island is getting detected. So I'm just clicking inside this. This is how I applied for one area. If I'm trying to do on this side, be careful because here the lines are not trimmed because this was field without the polyline. So if I stay here, the correct island detection. If I stay on this, it's a wrong one. So I'll again zoom this and you can just check out. This is incorrect, this is correct. So that's the reason you have to be careful. Just select the one which is suitable for your need. Now remember, here the overlapping of the line element is there with the field boundary. How to identify that? You can go inside the arrow tool and try to stay on this line segment. Let the line should get highlighted. You can pick it. You will realize the line starts from here and ends over here. And also your this particular field area or the field region, that column. So not a good drafting to overlap the edges. It's not a good. It's better to work in this manner. So I hope now you have understood all these options very well. Please continue and complete the remaining part of this drawing.